everybody, welcome back to Course Design HQ, and today is just a quick little video, quick little update video on the complete course design course that I'm working on. Just wanted to talk you guys through a couple things that you might not have seen, or you might not have been able to pick up on maybe while watching the time-lapse videos, and it also gives me a chance to just kind of tell you my inspiration for this and where I'm thinking of going with it. So we're going to start with the first hole, which on the channel there is a time-lapse of this hole. I don't really know why I went with this kind of style with the waste bunkers and the fairways leading into the waste bunkers. It's heavily inspired by the golf course in New Zealand called Tara Iti, but I do plan to put a lot more trees on the course. Tara Iti is pretty wide open and bare. Probably going to shrink the fairways in a little bit compared to Tara Iti. Tara Iti has pretty wide fairways, and in a video game it is pretty easy to hit them. So, like this fairway right here, as you can see, probably for a 3-wood you have about 35 yards to land it. And then obviously the driver zone up here is only going to be about 25 to 20. Obviously you have this little spot, it's only about 20 yards to run it in. There's a little bit of strategy on the first hole. It's a pretty simple opener. If you hit a 3-wood, you'll probably be around right here. Be approaching with a little bit of a bunker to clear, but not too much of a problem with it only being 140 yards to the furthest pin. Now, if you had a driver, you'd probably be more up here, and that's gonna be more of a pitch shot or a full lob wedge into a back pin. The front pins, a little bit of a slope behind them, but with it being such a short shot, you should be able to stop that. And yeah, that's the first hole. Hopefully we can get some cliffside holes in here too. That's what I really want, to have some cliffside par 3s, some cliffside par 4s. I'm not really sure how that's going to work with kind of the waste bunker with the fairway the waste bunkers going around the fairway. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we're going to try to figure that out. Coming over here to the second hole, it's a par 3, a little bit of a bunker in between the tee boxes here, trying to make it look really natural, as natural as possible. Kind of trying to randomize the waste bunkers a little bit, but trying to keep some strategy involved as well. There's a little bit of strategy on this hole. There is a little bit of a run-on zone right here just for these front pins. The back pins do have a backstop, even because they are 200 yards away, so you can put something up here and it will come all the way back down. This bunker right here can collect some balls that trickle off to the right. Not too tough of a bunker shot from right here, but just something to be careful of. Hopefully I can use more of these around the greens and maybe as like center line hazards too. I think that could be really useful, like putting them in the middle of the fairway. And another thing I want to talk about that a lot of people might pick up on is this kind of rough area right here, kind of around the fairways. I used a brush to do the waste bunkers, so it comes up with this kind of like brownish green, whatever. Kind of around the edge of the fairways, and I've decided to take advantage of that because at Tara Iti there is a lot of spots on the edge of the fairways where the grass gets really rough and there's little like pieces of grass sticking up, and so I'm going to use that instead of having to plant grass or something. I'm going to use that as kind of that rough piece of grass lining the fairways. Because if you do go back and look at the Golf Digest, there's a Golf Digest video of every hole at Tara Iti. They do have little things around the edges of the fairway, so I think that's a nice little touch that is kind of an accident, and I think I could use it to my advantage a little bit, because it won't really stop a ball from running in here if your ball is running off the edge, just going in the bunker, but it does kind of add, you can kind of pretend that it's kind of grass sticking up, like right here. You can see that grass sticking up in kind of dry areas around the fairway. So I think it gives that really natural look. And that's just my opinion. Some people may not like that, but I think I'm going to roll with it and see how it goes. As you can see, I've started kind of laying out some ideas for holes. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going hole 3 from over here. I'm just trying to think where I'm going to put this tee box now. I want to put it about right here. Just want to see how far this goes. It's only about 330 yards. just kind of want to lay out some ideas using these measuring markers. Kind of want to know where the course is going to go because I didn't make the whole property raised up. So I'm trying to keep the holes pretty tight together. There's going to be a lot of waste bunkering, so that's probably a good thing. Just because of, like, on the first hole, basically you plant up to a certain spot and then you're right next to the second hole. So you're it's just one big waste bunker that you're planting, really. And I'm not sure if I'll do all time lapses for 18 holes. You know, I might do partial time lapses and partial videos like this, where like I'll talk to you guys about, you know, what I was thinking, or maybe partially start off with a talking segment and then do a time lapse. Don't really know where we're going to go from here, but hopefully I can complete this course and have a full documentation of it, because that'd be really neat to have on the channel. And you guys can kind of get to see what my design tendencies and techniques are that I use. How far is this one? So right here. We'll keep this one pretty straight. Again, it doesn't really matter where the waypoint goes when you're building a hole. You can really build a fairway however you want. Ooh, this could be a very interesting hole. I think I'm going to wrap this one around. Now after this, I kind of want to go 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, kind of over here. I want to bring that all down the coast. And then 18, obviously, is going to be right on the end, right here. Probably clubhouse up here. So I want to do like kind of 10 through 16 all down the coast, and then 17, 18 can kind of come back inland. Over here, I kind of want to do more of like a woodland, or not a woodlands, but like a forest kind of look. As you can see over here on hole 2, I kind of gave you a little bit of a taste of that kind of forest. The first hole is kind of going more out towards the ocean, so keeping it a little less. Like near the ocean, you'll see a lot more, just a couple trees, and then expect more of this the further right you move in this direction. And these little hills, or these little mountains and things, especially on the other side too, probably fill us up with a bunch of trees to really create that environment. So yeah, that's what we have so far of our golf course. It's a very unique type of course. I've never really tried anything like this before, so not really sure how it's going to go. If you have any opinions on it, or what you like or what you don't like, feel free to put a comment down below. I do really like to see feedback and see what you guys think of the course. I do really like it so far. You know, this second hole is the first hole that's not in the sun. The sun's not behind, so it does look a little bit different. But I do like kind of the simple planting I've used. I'm using 2 types of grasses and 1 bush, just to kind of create the brush and stuff inside the waste bunkers. So it's definitely a little bit tedious, but I think it looks pretty good, especially on the first hole. Nice clean look off the first tee. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Look forward to more time lapses coming out soon, more videos. Hopefully on the channel I can do some tips and tricks videos. I have a couple ideas for some planting tips, some simple planting tips for some of those people who might struggle with planting, or maybe it takes too long for them. I do have a couple ideas on that, so stay tuned for those. Course playthroughs, if you have a course that you want reviewed, or a playthrough, feel free to just put a comment down below, or put a post in the TGC Tours forum thread for the YouTube channel, and I will definitely see it and try to get that out as soon as possible. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for new videos coming out soon. Like and subscribe. We're getting close to 100 subscribers, which is our goal. So let's get there soon. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.